Hello again, it's me. Yeah, what I wanted to do is go over the week 6 predictions. Just talk about football. I'd like to do this, keep it about a 10-minute video. The guy with no name, me. We're going to talk about the matchups. One has already happened. Denver 13 to San Diego 21. Thursday night. Just been kind of busy with life. Didn't get to do that one. Off the top of my head, I would have probably went with Denver winning, even though they were on the road. I didn't even get a chance to see the line, but okay, Sarah, water under the bridge, whatever. Um, so I missed out on that one. I didn't get to do any prediction. It's fine. We'll keep going. Sunday afternoon or the Sunday noon games. It's Central Time here in Chicago. Let's go Cubs. Let's start with Cincinnati and New England. New England is favored by 7.5 points. This is, of course, full strength of Tom Brady and Gronk and everybody else. Maybe not everybody else, but it's a pretty strong line. One of the bigger lines this week. The biggest one is actually Buffalo. Buffalo against San Francisco against Kaepernick in San Francisco. We'll get there. 47.5 is the over/under. I went with the over. Cincinnati has capability of putting up points. New England does as well. And I did go with New England to cover the 7.5 points. Of course, that's because Belichick, next man out mentality, Brady, everybody else that is playing in this game on the New England side. And Cincinnati, well, I don't know, but I just really don't think they have it this year so far, and we'll see. Could be that Cincinnati keeps it close. I really don't Cincinnati winning. I really don't see Cincinnati winning this game, but there is a possibility they'll keep it close. They might cover, given that it's a 7.5 point spread. Okay, let's move on here. Baltimore at New York. The New York Football Giants. The line is at 3.5. It's been pretty much steady. Over under at 43. That has gone down a little bit. I think it's going to go over. Baltimore, they can put up some points. The Giants, well, I think they could too. I'm going to go with Baltimore with the points, 3.5 points here. I just don't know if New York. I know they're at home, but I just think that Baltimore will be in mid-season shape more than the Giants, so look for that. If anything, the Giants might pull it off, but I actually think that Baltimore will straight up win this game on the road. I went with the over, only because it's a kind of an over, a slow over-under. Carolina at New Orleans. New Orleans is at home. Carolina is on the road. Carolina does have Cam Newton confirmed yesterday. I think he's starting. I don't know how well he's going to be. Being back from concussion protocol, they may actually, just kind of ease him in, given that it's his first week back since, 2 weeks ago, I want to say? Maybe less. But anyway, I think Carolina can win on the road. It is a 2.5 point favorite, so Carolina is a 2.5 point favorite. 53.5 is the over/under. New Orleans it's a fireworks show every time they play. Questionable defense. Carolina does have the defense and also an offense, so it is a high over/under. I went with the under on this one, and I picked Carolina to cover the 2.5 points. Pittsburgh at Miami. Miami at home. Pittsburgh is a 7.5 point favorite. 49.5 is the over/under. I went with the under. Doesn't really matter. It's just kind of what to do. And then Pittsburgh 7.5. I think they will cover. Miami is just having trouble now. Tannehill's picking on his offensive line, and I'm sure that doesn't make them feel good. They may actually allow for a couple of seconds to shut that fucking asshole up, right? I don't really think they'll do that professionally, but at any rate, I think Pittsburgh has enough firepower and defense to cover that 7.5 point spread. And we'll see what happens. I just have no faith in Miami. Even if they're at home, it's probably it'll probably be an ugly loss for them. Jacksonville at Chicago. Well, I'm back on the Chicago Bears bandwagon. Chicago is favored are actually well, they favored by 2.5. I put only 2.5. So I think they will cover at home. Jacksonville on the road here at the lakefront. 46 is the over under. I expected to go under. What is that? 23 points each. Who cares? Whatever. I don't have that much faith in the Bears, but I don't see Jacksonville's being I don't see Jacksonville as being any better than the Bears neither. Biggest factor in this one is that I do see Hoyer, the backup quarterback in Chicago, as gaining more confidence in the passing game and also the running game. I mean the rookie running back, I forget his name, Howard, I think it is, looking pretty good in the backfield too. So the offense looks to be looking good, and well, the Bears have a lot of deficits on defense, but they should be okay to go. Let's keep moving on here. San Francisco at Buffalo. I was really on the fence on this one. Buffalo is the 8.5 points, or I'm sorry, 8-point favorite. Did come down from 8.5. San Francisco did name Kaepernick as the starter. 44.5 is the over/under. I think I'm going to go over. And I was on the fence on this one. I think Buffalo will win. Just the question is, will San Francisco cover? Buffalo at home. I initially started putting San Francisco. I scratched it out and I did go with Buffalo to cover. I'm very iffy on this one. Put very low confidence on this one if you're doing a confidence pool. On the other hand, if you're doing Survivor, this might be the game to pick. Buffalo to win. Yeah, they're a home team and they have a huge line. I think it's the biggest line, so this is the good one if you're going to do Survivor. Let's keep moving on here. Los Angeles at Detroit. Detroit is a 3-point favorite. 44.5 is the over/under, so I think it's going to go over. And I did pick Detroit to win at home. I just don't see anything coming out from Los Angeles as of yet. Don't really have a big takeaway for this game. I don't think it's going to be that good of a game unless you're an LA or Detroit fan. So I don't plan on watching that one if I get out to an establishment today and watch 4 or 5 games this afternoon. Cleveland at Tennessee, another big line. Cleveland's looking terrible. The only winless team in the NFL as of now. Will they win against Tennessee? I don't see it. Tennessee being at home. Mariota coming off a fabulous game last week. I think it was last week. I think they will cover the 7.5. 44 is the over/under, and I think it will go over. If Cleveland wants to keep it close, they're going to keep on scoring, and Tennessee should score their portion of the over/under. Philadelphia at Washington. Philadelphia on the road is a 3-point favorite. Kind of tells you how people in Vegas think about Philly. Usually it's the other way around. You're the home team, you get that 3-point spread. But this is actually going the other way. 3 points. Philly's supposed to win. 45 is the over/under. A little bit on the heavy side. I think it will go over. Philly's scoring a lot of points so far. Washington, well, I see a lot of streakiness from their head guy there. But yeah, I have confidence that Philadelphia will win this game, and they probably will win by a hell of a lot more than 3 points. That's just what I kind of think. We'll see what happens. Those are the afternoon games. We're going to go on here. There's only three games that are being played in the afternoon game slots, and that is Kansas City at Oakland, the first matchup. I recorded the line. I picked this game way early. I thought Oakland was going to destroy them at home. That line came out at 1.5. I picked it. Line has since moved to Kansas City -2. I picked it at Oakland plus 1.5. I think they will win easily. Kansas City is a pretty decent football team. Well, more than decent, but on the road, Oakland's just catching fire. I think right now they're gonna do some good stuff over there. Maybe they're getting excited because they're going to be moving to Vegas pretty soon. When I say pretty soon, that's within the next couple of years, which is pretty soon in football franchise moving talk. Okay, 46. I went 46.5 with the over, only because I think the Kansas City, or Oakland rather, is going to put up a lot of points. Atlanta at Seattle is this game number 2. Seattle is favored by 7, and the over/under is 45.5. 45.5. Atlanta, I mean, they can easily put up 45 points themselves. I went with the over, obviously. In this game, Seattle does have a tough defense, but I don't know. I saw something in Atlanta last week that makes me think that they're a different team. I picked Atlanta with the points, 7 points. So we'll see what happens with that one. It is an underdog pick for me. We'll see if I'm correct. If anything, Seattle might win, but Atlanta might keep it close. I actually think Atlanta will win the game. That's what I think. We'll see. Maybe I might be wrong. Whatever. Dallas at Green Bay. Dallas, actually, Green Bay is favored by 4.5, so a lot of people were taking Dallas. I picked this game when the line was 4.5. It did go back to 5. So some fluctuation there. 47 is the over/under. I went with Dallas plus the 4.5. Dallas on the road at Green Bay. I know Green Bay is a tough place to play, but I'm just really impressed with the way Dallas has been playing. Maybe they'll parlay last week's performance today, this afternoon, and we'll see how I do. I might be riding the high wave right now because I came off a 9-12 week last week, so I think I'm picking a little bit more, picking more underdogs than usual this week, week 6. We'll see. Okay, now the Sunday night game is Indianapolis at Houston. Houston is favored by 3, just a standard 3 home team line. 48 is the over/under, a little bit on the high side. I went over. It's prime time. Maybe folks know that, and they're just gonna put it into that prime time gear. I went with Indianapolis plus the 3 points. We'll see. We'll see what happens, and yeah, in the over. The Monday night game is the Jets against Arizona Cardinals. My Arizona Cardinals. Okay, Arizona's got to come back prime time. They're at home. I don't see the Jets taking this one at all. Arizona, it does have a big line to cover of 7.5, but I think they will do it. For some reason, I went with the over/under because 46.5 is actually a little bit on the higher end. Could easily go over, but that's just what I kind of think. Again, I'm putting some faith in Arizona because I like the team to go far this year, but that's just my personal take on it. And that's it. We'll see what happens probably later on in the week. Hopefully I get to it this week a little bit earlier than usual. And we'll talk about some results in a different video. Alright, this is me signing off, and remember, I'm just like you. Feel free to comment, talk some shit in the comments. It's fine with me, click on there. We can debate, just don't be talking about my mama and, fucking motherfucking or something like that. It's just football, okay? Relax. We can have a good time talking smack, but don't get threateningly violent because that's stupid. Alright, see you guys.